Benin's constitutional court has upheld the exclusion of the main opposition party, the Démocrates, from the April 2026 presidential election, a decision that deepens political divisions and raises new questions about the country's democratic trajectory. On Monday, October 27th, the court confirmed that Les Démocrates would not be allowed to take part in the presidential race, dismissing the party's appeal against the National Autonomous Electoral Commission, or SENA. The party, led by former President Thomas Boni Yayi, had challenged SENA's decision after its candidates, Renaud Abgojo and Jude Lodjo, were disqualified for failing to meet the legal threshold of legislative sponsorship. Under Benin's reformed electoral code, presidential contenders must secure endorsements from at least 15% of sitting lawmakers and mayors, 28 in total. The opposition party fell one short after a deputy withdrew his sponsorship, claiming his signature had been used without consent. The court upheld SENA's decision, ruling that the commission violated neither the constitution nor the electoral code, effectively barring the opposition ticket from running. This leaves only two presidential pairs in the running: Romuald Wadangi and Mariam Chabi Talata from the ruling camp, and Paul Hunke and Roch Judikal Hunwanu, representing a smaller opposition bloc. The ruling came just days after a closed-door meeting between outgoing President Patrice Talon and Boni Yayi, held in an effort to ease political tensions. No statement followed the discussion, and the Electoral Commission has confirmed the April 2026 elections will proceed as planned. President Talon, who has served 2 terms as permitted by Benin's constitution, has stated he will not seek re-election. Once celebrated as a model of democracy in West Africa, Benin's recent elections have been marked by growing restrictions on opposition participation. The 2021 presidential and 2019 parliamentary elections faced similar controversies, with major opposition parties excluded under new sponsorship rules that critics say entrenched the ruling elite. Introduced in 2019, the sponsorship rule has been criticized for shutting out challengers, as most lawmakers and mayors aligned with President Talon, concentrating power around the presidency and its allies. The court's decision highlights a wider continental pattern where election systems are being used to manage competition rather than guarantee choice. From Tanzania and Côte d'Ivoire to Cameroon, and now Benin, opposition parties are increasingly excluded through legal and procedural means that preserve the form, but not the substance, of democracy. Benin's political impasse raises a larger question for the region and continent. When rules of democracy are used to restrict competition, is the idea of choice still alive?